exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Paperboy.
And I'm Mr. Magazine.
And we're continuing our warehouse tour, and today we're going to take you into the packing room. So if you want to come on in, we're going to kind of take a look around. Now I notice you've got 3 separate workstations set up.
Yep, we do.
Now you have 3 different people working?
We will at some point during the holiday season, so we're definitely prepared in advance for that. Yeah.
But you were telling me beforehand that you use that table for different things than this table,
Correct.
than this table.
Yep, everything's set up a certain way for whatever we're packing. So if we're going to go left to right, starting here, this table is mainly used for record albums. So underneath we got the record mailers, we got the cardboard inserts, we got the bubble wrap that's a 12 by 12 perforated sleeve. So everything you need to pack a record is in this area. And if we have one packer, then he'll just move to this area. If we have multiples, at least they can pack at the same time and be efficient.
Nice. So then you've got the second table over here.
This table here is meant for anything fragile, larger, oversized. If they need bigger table space, we'll clear that box off or whatever. But that's where anything like that goes. Generally something $100 or more, something that needs bobbleheads, anything that's breakable. We got the thick bubble wrap here, and we'll use that for anything that's fragile, breakable, oversized, so forth.
And you've also got the newspapers underneath there, as I see, which a lot of times...
Yep. We get some friends of the family bring us free newspaper all the time, so that's free packing material, which is always a must.
And you've also got this situated right in the center of all the various kinds of boxes that you have over here.
Absolutely, and I think we go smallest to largest from right to left. So the little stuff like Hot Wheels, and then Funko Pops, blaster boxes all started in there. We got priorities on the top, and then we work ourselves over to the larger boxes into this area. Anything that comes in new that we use, we use tons of these. These are for the magazines, the backers. That's that. Obviously, try and ask the post office for these. They are very scarce. It's like an endangered species. So we take them when we can get them, because sometimes we might not have any for days. So that definitely helps out. And then lastly, this is probably the table that gets the most use. This is for magazines, sports cards, trade cards, any types of ephemera and paper products, books, and so forth. Everything's set up there. We got the bubble mailers, we got the cardboard inserts, we got larger cardboard inserts, we got our business cards and flyers that we put in. Everything is in this area, and this is probably 80% of this area is used most of the time for packing.
And you've also got the sleeves, the magazine sleeves
as well,
and all that.
Yeah, all different shapes and sizes, priority envelopes, padded priority envelopes, all that type of stuff. And
the true advantage you have over here, a couple of different things. First, you've got ergonomics, which is very, very important. So that
we do have those too, those pads, which is less pressure on your knees and legs, so that helps out.
It also is, you just take one of these bins, you put it over here, and then literally all you need to do is, it's this size. Let me grab this, let me grab this, let me grab, and everything, there's not a lot of walking around, not a lot of moving around.
Sure.
And it's easier for the employee. They're less tired at the end of the day.
Sure.
But it's also better for you because you're not paying me.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got a magazine, let me go over here and get this. Now I need a bag, let me go over here.
Yeah.
It's all within one little area over here. And the other nice thing about this is the way you have it all piled up. It's very easy to see when you're running low on something.
Right, absolutely.
And I know back in the day, when you were at a different warehouse, when you were renting and all that, you didn't have things set up quite so well.
Right.
So there were times where you would run out of things potentially.
Right.
And if you run out of things, I've any number of times gotten phone calls.
Especially at the Christmas season, definitely don't want to run out. But one major factor to the success and efficiency in here is my manager. He's much better than my older manager that we had years ago. He keeps on top of things. If we need supplies, he's very organized. He's got notes on the wall, sizes, what we need, and so forth. So that definitely helps push out the items.
Well, and nothing against the older manager. I think that at one point the older manager was doing more than just the packing stuff. Was doing had a lot of things on the plate.
Sure, yeah.
Whereas this manager is more focused primarily on the packing.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which definitely helps as well because able to specialize and didn't have to worry about printing out orders, didn't have to worry about. So that definitely helped as well. As you get larger and you kind of move into this. You don't want to get 50 layers of people, but if you get an extra layer of people,
they can specialize on one area.
Easier. Definitely does make it easier.
Sure.
Anything else you want to say in here about any little tips on different things that
well, we got a heater and an air conditioner, so they can be comfortable because it can get very hot or very cold in here at times of the year. So that's something that they need. A radio, just something to keep them busy, so they're not like getting into some zone and getting burned out. So, like everyone comfortable, that definitely helps.
Well, and it's nice too, and this is just one of those things that I think you learned over time. You've got the two different bubble wraps, and I never really actually realized that until you just told that to me.
Sure.
So you've got the one specializing for the records right there,
Yep.
and then you've got the one to use for the the bigger one for the larger items to pack up right there.
Yeah, and before when we were buying them, we didn't know any better. We used to buy half and half, and now we're realizing that the record ones go slower, so we'll buy 10 of these rolls to 40 of these rolls. We're buying these more. We're using these more than those. So you live and learn, and you get more efficient as time goes on.
Right. And even the other thing too is, and I know you and I both do it in the packing, is we've got, I believe, 4 different sizes of cardboard. 4 different sizes of envelopes, I believe.
Sure. At least,
4 different sizes of bags,
right.
Because those are the things we use most often.
Right.
And I know there's some people will use the same size for everything, and that's wonderful. It does work. I mean, you could use a Life magazine size bag and backer and
Right.
board for everything.
Sure.
But then things slide around in there. Things just don't work quite so well for the way we sell things.
Right.
So we've kind of figured out 4 different sizes, the best way of all to do it.
Exactly.
So let me ask one other quick question. Is this all the supplies you have, or?
Oh no, we got a backup storage facility for our supplies.
Backup storage facility, nice.
Which would be this room here, and a lot of this is the free products from the post office. We might have some eBay free products in here as well. But let's see, I think we got to switch somewhere here.
Have you ever been here before?
Obviously, we have a Keurig, so they can stay awake while they're working. And we got poster tubes, things we don't use as often, or we have extra just in case.
Well, and I think the other nice thing is it looks as though you've got everything piled up by size.
Right, yep, absolutely.
So that way, again, you can tell when you run out of things.
Exactly, when they're getting lower, like, hey, it's very obvious visually, you can say, hey, we need to order these.
And I think the last thing that you have that you didn't have last time we did the tour is you've got this over here. Why don't you explain it's shelving, but explain what it's for.
So out on the floor, we usually have 4 shelving units, or maybe 6 during the holiday season, that puts all our sold products on to get packed. So
which we will show you in a future video.
They're pulled and they're prepped, staged over there to be packed. So this is a little closer, but this we put more valuable items on that need to be scanned. So anything $100 or more goes here, because the post office right now, they're still so far behind that they basically don't scan everything from here. So we say, hey, let's just scan 20 items that are $100 or more daily or something like that. So we put them here, so then the packer knows, hey, this is going to be special. We got to be wrapped special, scan. It goes into the scan box. So it's just one little thing we add in to make us a little better.
Oh, so if the puller pulls something or other that's more valuable, they put it here.
It should go here, correct, yeah.
And then the packer packs it and puts it back on here,
Right.
So it goes into a special box to get scanned.
Sure, yep, exactly.
Oh, very good. And that gives a little bit along the way to the buyer to know that, hey, it's on its way, because it gets scanned quicker than if it were just going in the normal way. Oh, very nice.
We got the time clock here for when they punch in, if they want to nuke anything, and don't forget your OSHA first aid kit. That is a must.
Yeah, that is actually is a must, yep. So this has been the second part of the tour of the entire warehouse. So hopefully you did enjoy this. Do hit the like button. We've got a whole bunch more to show you. We're going to show the packing, or not the packing, but the pooling area. Going to show the warehouse a walk through. Going to show where orders get printed at, how things get found, how they get handed to the pooler, et cetera, et cetera. So there's still a lot more to go. This is part 2. If you've missed part 1, definitely go back and check that out. It's a lot of fun. If you do have any questions, do post it down below. If you have any hints or anything that you noticed that, hey, this might be a way to improve it, we definitely are all ears about that, as Prince Charles said. And we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.